Soundcheck.
Yo! Welcome to Soundcheck, brought to you by Deja, sponsored by Ginge London. My name is Ricardo.
I'm Mr. Baker.
And I'm Jan.
And today we are interviewing a wonderful guy called Reyes.
Thanks for having me, guys.
How you doing? Are you good?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me down, man.
That's not a problem, you know. Listen, let's just get into it. So,
All right.
Tell me, how did it all start? How did you get into dance?
Oh, wow. Do you know what? Not many people know this, actually. The way I got into dance was really weird. It was actually through, I was 15 years old, and it was a beauty pageant, actually.
What? Really?
Yeah, it was. It was. So I was 15 years old, and one of my friends were actually doing this beauty pageant. It's called Miss Teen. It's like a very big Filipino kind of festival. And I thought, you know what, let me just tag along. I thought, you know what, I'm young. You know, let's see what's about it. You know what I mean? Just like let's have some fun. So I come to it, and then I see it was nothing that I expected. I thought it would just be a lot of people just walking up and down, just like being models, but there was actually a lot of dance involved. And back then, I didn't really know how to dance. Like, I was kind of like, whoa, like, what is this? I don't know what I was looking at, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was just very curious about it, and everything since then was just curiosity. I was like very curious. When I'm curious about something, I just like to kind of just pursue it and see how far it goes down. And yeah, from there it was just literally like it just one thing happened to another. Like I saw it, I got involved in it somehow. I don't know how. I had two left feet at first, and but
That's
as
one now, isn't it?
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, there was no plan to it. Like, it just all happened. It was just all of a spark of the moment thing. But yeah, that's where it started, from a beauty pageant.
Beauty pageant, okay.
Yeah.
So, go on. I was just doing basically, like, obviously, your company's called ALIAS.
Yeah.
Literally, why is it called ALIAS, and where did the name come from, and why did you run with it, basically?
All right, cool. So ALIAS, again, I'm gonna tell you honestly, like, there is no kind of Hollywood film to it, or like there is no epic introduction to it. ALIAS, back then when I first formed ALIAS, this was the time when dance was really kicking off, like in terms of how far I was taking it. It was getting really serious. And this was during the time when obviously it was GWI time, so you had the epic names, you know, like Lethal Injection, you had.
Wow, you know about Lethal Injection?
I was around, but I was just.
Why that name? Why did you pick that name?
I was just like, next generation, you know what I mean? Like, so I thought, you know what, like back then I was watching a program called ALIAS. I don't know if you guys remember.
Oh, okay.
ALIAS.
I was about to say, did you?
ALIAS. And I thought, you know what, I love that. And so like me and these two guys, we were actually in a birthday party, something small, nothing big, and we actually created a whole kind of routine. And the presenter come up to us just before the show. It's like, what are you guys called? And we're like, Chris, what are we called? ALIAS. And that's how it began. That was it.
That was it?
Yeah, and we done our thing. And one thing led to whatever, and it just caught on. People said, yeah, ALIAS. So I thought, you know what? People know this, so we might as well just run with it, you know what I mean? ALIAS. And then it wasn't until later on in life where I thought, you know what, ALIAS is a name, but I really want to kind of incorporate and develop it into something. And that's when I started to kind of really brainstorm what I really wanted to do with dance, like the direction of it. So I thought of an acronym, which is Artists Living in Another Society, which essentially is what ALIAS is. It's about the individuality in dance and coming through as a collective and just really shining in that culture.
Oh, that's really nice. That's
Nice. I think the first time I saw you guys was actually on Got to Dance. That's
Yeah.
I think that's the first time we saw you. Well, we saw
What was
you.
that, series 2?
That was the first one.
First series.
This was actually before a lot of the social media was established in season 2, so we didn't really get much exposure. But it was just Got to Dance was it was a good experience, because that's the first time I really kind of decided, do you know what, let's do something with this. You know, let's go above and beyond and see how it goes. So yeah, we done Got to Dance. It was crazy, like 3 gold stars straight away. We went through to the quarterfinals. The whole experience was really good. Like, this is my first time with the Takes the Dance scene. Yeah. Because before then it was just all fun and games, you know what I mean? And it still is. It still is.
Of course, you have to keep the fun going.
Yeah.
If it not gets too serious and.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And I think since then that's when I really knew what kind of direction or kind of ground I was standing on in terms of what ALIAS wanted to be. And since then, I just kind of run with it, and
So
really
with that, so obviously with doing Got to Dance and stuff what do you kind of obviously Got to Dance and Britain's Got Talent? They're all they're up and running at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So what do you think
Got to
of
Dance
those?
is finished now.
Well, Got to Dance is done. That's gone.
Oh dear.
But but stuff like Britain's Got Talent. Do you know what I mean? Like and other dance shows. Like, what do you think of them kind of dance shows? Like, do you think they help the dancers in the industry, or do you reckon it kind of puts us down?
Are we talking more on the commercial platforms like Britain's Got Talent and Got to
Yeah, like that. Yeah, those kind of programs. Like, do you reckon they help?
I think they definitely bring awareness. I think it does bring awareness to the UK dance scene. And I think with any kind of awareness is a good thing. Like, you can't be... I think a lot of people kind of argue in terms of the development of dance and where it should be, or what people should know it should be. But I think as long as you practice your art and you're doing it to kind of represent the country as well, and getting people to know what you do as well, that can never be a wrong thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I think everyone that represents on that kind of platform effectively is representing obviously the community. They're representing what they do, but not just them, but it's all of us as well. And I personally think it's a good thing. I love it. I love that people can just go and do that. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people they don't take that leap. You know what I mean? To kind of represent on that kind of commercial platform. So I think it's a great thing.
Within your style, because to me when I see ALIAS, I think one bag of sweet boys on the stage. no, real, right? Why these guys are smooth, right? So when I'm looking at you lot, and then I see a group after you, I'm just gonna throw out random names. Say for instance like Peridot or Status or something, and their style is completely different to what you do. And you go into the TV shows, does it make you feel like, will my style be accepted? Or even at normal shows, do you believe that your style will be accepted, or does that not bother to you? You're here expressing yourself.
No, to be honest, it never really bothered me. I have a very big curiosity of going into the undiscovered. So things that haven't really been done, I have a very big fascination about. I have an obsession with creating things that haven't really been done or innovative. And it's always the simple things that I really like to kind of expose. And I think a lot of people don't really take that challenge, maybe because it's a scary thing, you know what I mean, or it's a big thing. So with me, I kind of get a thrill with it. I like jumping into things where where people haven't really discovered. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? That's the worst thing. It's a trial and error. And if it does, 2 thumbs up. But I think I think that's what a lot of my dance represents, and the culture of it is looking into finding new ways to really kind of innovate and just really challenge what dance is. I love dance, but I think if I was thinking about the main inspirations, there's a lot of things outside dance that I bring into it, which kind of represents what it is on the platform.
Okay. So you're speaking about ALIAS and yourself, Christopher. What would you say your style is? Have you got a particular category or bracket that you put your style or your company into?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? No, do you know what? I'll tell you now. I think for years, for me, I always tried to find something that I could really kind of establish where we are in terms of style. And I think that was the frustrating thing, because every time we'd done something or it kind of just went somewhere, it was always different all the time. And because of that, in a way it was good, but at the same time I just didn't really know who we really were. I felt like we were just kind of we had no identity, if that makes any sense. But in its self-respect, I've kind of come to grow and learn that that's probably the gift of what.
It's always evolving.
It's always evolving. So I can't really put a style to it. I think everything that influences me or comes my way or that has been a part of me growing up, I always want to incorporate into my dance, and so that's what it is. So in terms of styles and stuff like that, I think styles is definitely the foundation in terms of what we kind of work on. But in terms of the dance and the creativity, everything comes from outside of dance. The everyday life things, inspirations, cultures, histories. Always try and incorporate something authentic as that into it. So that's why it always changes all the time. But there is no style to it. It is what it is.
Because one thing, I invited Chris to come and do a solo in Bournemouth. And I don't know if you remember. I was like, "Can I have your CDs?" Like, oh, you turned around and said to me, "You know, I was gonna do this song, but I heard this song yesterday. I'm doing this." And he just flipped the script. But it was, and back then it was Sam Smith, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sam Smith.
It was like what, 2 or 3 years, and the song's just come out now. And like that's what when I saw that piece, I was like, wow. And sometimes you know how music can make you feel a certain way, and that's when Chris did that. I was like, oh, it's like that, Chris, because obviously you know when people do performance, you've got your piece ready. You're like, yeah, and I heard this song yesterday. I'm doing it today. I was like, okay.
So with like Alias and everything that you've done with Alias and stuff like that, obviously you've done personal stuff yourself, like breakout solos. I've seen your stuff there, and obviously you guys just come off Hot Steppers. You just came off Hot Steppers, and you've had a lot of experiences. So what would you say for you, your biggest like experience, your highlight so far in your life since you started dancing? What do you think one of your biggest highlights?
Oh, that's a. It depends on how you define it. I think with my experiences with dance, it's all about trying to do something and just leaving a mark. If that makes any sense. My experiences, I don't really measure them in context of achievements, like in terms of like where I've been, what I've won, and stuff like that. I always try and focus my craft on just representing an ideal. So, bearing that in mind, if you're talking about just experience-wise, it's a very hard question to answer, because I feel like everything what I'm doing right now, even from the beginning and even till now, or even till late or tomorrow or next year, like everything it all accumulates to one experience for me. So it is. So I can't really say which is the highlight, because every single part of the obstacle or even the direction in life is a gain.
Yeah, but if you had to put like this, it's like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Or wow, like you
can say to people, I've done breaking convention, or I've done this, or I've done something that you said to yourself, oh my days, like, I can't believe I'm actually performing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like you got that phone call and you're like, oh, what, really? Oh, okay, and you sit there and you're like, oh.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, it's got to be one.
Do you know what? Like, I've done breaking. I've done all these events. They've all been high. No, I'm saying that. They've all been highlights. But I think the biggest one was, it was about 5 years ago actually, was when I managed to bring the ALIAS movement to Germany, actually, to Europe. And that was probably one of my biggest kind of highlights, because I remember just before we performed in Germany, and I had the crew around, we were in a circle, and we were even backstage. I told everyone to come out, and it was there where I was just thanking everyone, just in terms of how far we've gone in such a little space of time. And I just remember crying actually, because that was quite emotional, because what started off as just being quite something quite small, and to see it kind of jump to that magnitude, like going overseas and stuff. I mean, right now in this modern day, like going overseas is almost everyday thing. It happens all the time. But back then it was a rarity. So when you were doing something back then, and you were from the UK, and you know what I mean, like it was a big deal, you know what I mean. Yeah. And so I remember being there, and I was just, I kind of cried, and I thought, you know what, I must be doing something right. So I think since then it's just driven me to keep on going, and
that's good.
So obviously you've done quite a few things. Has backup dancing, creating for choreographers, has that ever come about, or would you ever do it, or?
I think backing dancing, no. Choreographing for people, yeah.
Do you say backing dancing? Why not?
Backup dance.
Because backing, I don't know. It depends. Like my craft, it all evolves on the creativity kind of realm. So everything I'm doing right now, that's where my passion is. In terms, I think dance is a very generic name, but in terms of what you do in dance, it's very different. Like, so people, I mean, you have people that pursue the commercial side, which is great. You got your underground culture as well. There's so many different cultures in dance, and just within that umbrella. And I think in terms of where I reside, it's definitely just in the creativity realm. So I think if I'm gonna kind of pursue what I love in dance, it will be within that realm. So it's not that doesn't really reside in the backing dancing kind of scene. For me, choreographing definitely, if I find the right artist and if the artist finds me. So
speaking of artists, is there any artist that you would like if you had the opportunity to be like, you know what, I'm a fan of this, I would love to choreograph this person. Who would it be?
Do you know what? I love...
Pick a male and a female, in fact.
Yeah,
female.
female.
Right now, FKA Twigs.
FKA Twigs. I'm not cool like that, so...
You looked at me. You looked at me because I don't
I know.
I'm not cool like that.
I do.
You might be young enough to know who the hell that is.
I do.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Yes. Description.
I do. I'll take it back. I do. You know that? Yeah.
If you don't know who it is, we have it in the description.
Because a couple of people are dancing with her now.
I mean, I think for me, I just love her visual creativity, and I love artists who have full control. Well, a lot of control over their music and the visual side to it, not just the music, but just the whole package. Yeah. And her music videos are always. I mean, as visually stimulating as it is, it always introduces a new element of just a new dimension of creativity in it, and that's what I love, absolutely love. I love music videos that can really speak statements. You know what I mean? Really speak to you in that kind of way, and I feel like that really hits home when she does her stuff. I may not even relate to it, but it's just like, I know where you're coming from in terms of creative level, and I just think that's dope. Mel's that's gonna be a bit harder. I would love to. Oh, that's crazy. How about you? How about you guys? What do you guys think?
I think for me personally, for your kind of style, I would personally see. I wouldn't put it with a soloist. I think it could be a band, like a group, like a boy group, because that slick sort of. I mean, I couldn't tell you the boy band, but it would have to be a group.
Then kind of smooth.
Yeah, smooth.
It's
I
think.
Hey, you know, you just have this, and the hats all tilted, and you just put oil on your foot. It's going. You know what I mean?
I think in terms of choreographing, it's not necessarily like a boy group or choreograph.
Yeah.
I would love to choreograph creative artists, musicians.
Oh, okay.
So rather than going through just the dance side of it, I would love to kind of create the whole kind of creative visual side to it.
Yes.
I think for me that's probably
it's a bigger scope actually.
It is,
doing the dancing.
But that's the challenge, you know what I mean?
Of course,
just the visual, representation of it. But I think that would be me.
Okay, cool. If for instance, you didn't have Alias, and you had to join another dance group, who would it be, and why would you go to another dance group?
I would say Far From the Norm.
Yes.
Botus.
Mad.
It's Botus.
I think Botus
Mad.
right now is. He doesn't get as much credit as he does, but I think just innovatively, he's just redefining a lot of creative parameters, dance parameters. He creatively, consciously is aware of how to translate imagery from the brain and put it onto stage. He discovers a lot in body language as well, which I love. I love to read body language and see what makes sense of it. And he's definitely far from the norm. So
that's a deep answer, right?
So I think I would definitely love to just if I didn't have I would definitely love to
join him. What about
or even send him to his brain, you know?
See what's in there.
I mean, it's crazy, but
talking about choreographer, so as you said, Botus, is there any other choreographer out there up and coming that you really like or you really rate?
Up and coming,
Yes.
That you're feeling at the moment. Just looking at you thinking,
You say that person right there?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man, that is a hard nut one because obviously we're talking about just up and coming,
You say up and coming, you mean like someone who's hot at the moment now, you know?
So they don't have to be like they've only just started.
It could have been.
It could have been someone that you know. Do you know what I mean? Like just like Botus, but
not like the era of where Vortex came from. It's not that era. The one after it, literally just after it.
It's one of them ones where, do you know, one thing I love about choreographers is everyone has their own way of expressing obviously their form and dance. But for me to pick someone that's up and coming, they would have to effectively just redefine all of that, and essentially it would have to go outside the unconventional means. Because of that, I can't really know who's up and coming at the moment. If that makes any sense. I can tell you, obviously, my favourites at the moment, like people inspire me. So obviously, like we're talking about Botus, people like that. Spoken movement, obviously, Kwame's doing his thing right now.
Shout out to Kwame.
Lee Griffith as well, the company. Her stuff's amazing.
Stuff.
Yeah, there's so many people. Like I can't really. Yeah.
There's that many people.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to pick your brain. Do you think there's enough platforms for dancers to go out there and perform at? I mean, quite a while ago, there was a lot of dance shows around, but now there kind of seems to be few and far.
Yeah, it's a dying breed, I think.
That's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, but I think obviously with dance, it's one of these. It's one of those ones where, as much as we are practicing our craft, we need to find ways to kind of invest on a longer kind of opportunity. So things like shows, possibly. I think more community events as well.
Oh yes.
So definitely things like jams and stuff, like just bringing different dancers from here and here and here and here. Not necessarily in the same style, but just different people and just congregating everyone in one place. I think in terms of what we need more of, it will definitely be more kind of a more united kind of communion kind of platform. So I think right now I could say I'm obviously the founder of ALIAS. You got Omar IMD, you got obviously Company 68, then TK Spin right here, and you got many kind of factions. But I think what we probably need more of is probably just more of a communion platform. So I think as much as I represent my crew and I'm an ambassador of my dance, I want to kind of step outside that and kind of offer my services to the bigger community, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's all about uniting everyone under one roof, but not necessarily with the brands or the logos or the crews. It's just coming out under one kind of circle, as it's just equal dancers and just like really providing for the community, just getting people together. Really showing people what dance is about, showing the awareness, showing the impact that dance can do for a person, and effectively using that to then obviously bring that knowledge to other people. And I think we need probably more than that.
Yeah,
More
definitely.
Is it cool
Go.
if we play a game?
Oh god.
It's just a little game.
All right, let's play a game.
Yeah.
Let's play.
We're gonna play a game. It's called Callback.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
So basically, let's just say, for instance, you got 3 missed calls.
Okay.
Okay.
Taking it serious, boy.
I've got
Took the pillow. Everything that, bruh.
Okay.
You got 3 missed calls. You got 1 missed call from John ZD.
Yeah.
You've got 1 missed call from Tony from Avantgarde.
Okay.
And you've got 1 missed call from I don't know. Could the last one be? Could the last one be? Could the last one be?
Say me.
Yan. That's mad. That's bad, you know. Alright, cool. Alright, you have to call 1 back,
Okay.
text 1,
Right.
and completely air 1.
Just air, nothing. Look
No
at the phone,
way.
slam it down.
Look at it and be like, oh, slam your body down and it's all around. Just leave it there.
Okay, so call back, text back, and just
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Completely.
straight call.
Straight.
Okay, cool.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah, we got John ZD, and then we got
Tony.
Tony Adigo.
Yeah, right here. He's with God. Say the wrong thing.
I'm alright, man.
Do you know what? I'm quite cool with people. I think I'll probably. Let me see.
It's mad.
I'll probably.
No way, man.
No, wait, there's no
Let's go in their head. If they hear this, I'm dead. If they hear it, I'm dead. I can't say it. It's impossible.
I'll probably. Alright, so I'll start with the par first.
You're gonna get that one out of the way. You're gonna just get out of it.
Get out of the way.
I'll probably par or just ignore.
Yeah.
Ignore. There we go. Let me see. Johnson D.
Okay.
It's just a game. It's just a game.
No, I mean, me and Johnsy, like we've spoken quite a few times. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy.
But if we're just talking about just people to kind of just
You just aired it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You heard him.
No bringbacks.
He's gone. He ain't come back.
So I actually get pretty. I get along with quite well. We've actually met up a few times and we just had a nice banter. So because of that, I'll probably call him purely because he's a really cool guy. We banter
Tony,
quite
is it?
well. Yeah.
Okay.
We banter quite well. A lot of our, in terms of just the common stuff and the perceptions and stuff like that we have a lot in common. So I can see us having team biscuits one day. You know? We really have already, but I can see it happening on a regular basis. You know?
So you wouldn't get back to Johnsy D.
Yeah.
Call back.
Tony.
And
So
then,
that means
Yeah.
Text, yeah.
I used to get a text. That's how it works. I need to get back.
that's alright.
Cool.
Okay,
So
well,
obviously you guys have come off Hot Steppers, which was a very good. It was a very good show.
Yeah.
Obviously I heard about it. It was a very good show. So what would you say is up next for Alias? Like what's coming up? What do you?
So at the moment, it's I'm investing a lot more into the company. So I'm looking to start my own theatre production. So
Sick.
this is something that is not going to happen for a while. But I think in terms of the planning the body structure and embodiment to it, and knowing the target audience, knowing how to market into that kind of audience as well. A lot of it's going to take a little while, and obviously building the right team for it. But it's definitely something I really want to do. I really want to do a theatre production where audiences can really socially, psychologically be dwelled in this production. And there's a few ideas here which it's still there. It's in the works. I'm just trying to bring everything together. But essentially that's the kind of bigger plan at the moment. And effectively, just finding new ways and to just explore discover undiscovered territory, you know.
Of course.
And it's taking it day by day, really.
Of course.
But yeah.
Cool.
Sick.
Got another question for you.
What's up?
Could you name your top 5 dancers in the UK?
Dancers, yeah.
Dancers, yeah.
It's your
Your preference.
Ooh,
Just who you like.
Dancers. I'm gonna try and pick one from every single field. So
Okay,
from
so you.
choreography
Yeah,
to
that's fair.
because I think everyone's amazing in terms of what they do, it's crazy. So I'll say right now, Frankie is probably one. Is killing it in the house scene.
yes.
I think in terms of what he's doing right now is just crazy. So big up Frankie.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've seen this, yo, big up. I would say he's part of my crew, Andre actually. Andre is one of my inspirations. I think the reason why it's, as well as his freestyle creativity, I think it's his mentality and attitude as well. And I think when it comes to dance, as well as practicing the craft, I think it's important to grow mentally as well. So he has a really good influence on his shoulders, and it definitely rubs off on me. Kenrick, obviously, since from day, pioneering, doing his thing, and I really inspired to Kenrick because he's still doing it, you know what I mean? And he's always kept it consistent, and he's always just innovating new things creatively, and just really keeping in touch, and not just the what's on stage, but outside as well. Really keeping in touch with the community side, and essentially. That's 1, 2, 3. 4. Oh man, do you know what? It's crazy. Yes, because when you ask me these questions, my mind goes blank for some reason. There's 101 dancers. Dancers. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. How about this? Can I ask you guys what your
That's another episode, man. It's your time. It's your
It's you,
time.
man. It's about you.
All right. Oh, it's crazy. So we got that. So we got. I think another one that people don't really Soul.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Soul, you know.
he's he's unnatural when it comes to just doing what he
Yeah,
does.
he's good.
He's absolutely, and I think recently as well, like I started to see a lot more of a. He started to really kind of push the visual side to it as well. So I really like that. And last one. Sit forward. This is a hard one. Last one. I'll tell you who is really good. Again, he's part of my crew. But not many people know him. Daniel Laward. Daniel Laward.
No, I'm not.
Daniel Laward. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Oh, I know Daniel, yeah.
Another smooth guy. Another smooth guy.
His name's Daniel Ruthless. That's
Man.
That's his
Like,
name.
oh, is it?
That's his name. That's his
Daniel
name.
Ruthless.
Yeah, I think Darren is
Yeah.
he's a fantastic guy, very humble guy.
Very.
Yeah.
And he's as humble as he is. He's got a lot of experience on his shoulders. Crazy tapper as well. He's got such lazy feet, which I love. I love lazy feet work. He's really rubbed off on me, like in terms of his style, his personality, and it's
He's a nice guy as well.
Yeah, he's
very,
a
very
very
nice guy.
Very cool.
But again.
That's cool.
That's you. Well, Chris, I'd like to say thank you very, very much for coming down and talking to us.
Yeah, man.
It's been fun, guys.
Yeah, out of a round of applause for Chris, please.
Also, quickly, where can people catch you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So at the moment, essentially, if you just message me, you can get in contact with me. It's as easy as that. Yeah, you can just message me. I used to run like a community class in South Bank every morning, like every Wednesday morning, where I dedicate from 10 a.m. in the morning till like 2 a.m. in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
And essentially anyone that wants to kind of work on their movement or discovering their movement, I'm there just there to help people
Sharing knowledge.
mentor.
That's
yeah,
That's good.
Very good.
it's my way of kind of offering back to community something
Of course.
outside
That's
of
really good.
obviously ALIAS, but it's trying to help people as well. So if anyone was down for that, just obviously again message me, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Well, again, make some noise for Christopher.
Yeah.